Every heartbeat felt like I was gulping water instead of air. Chest on fire, head spinning, mascara probably somewhere down my cheeks. I couldn't remember the last full day I hadn't cried in a parking lot. Lost the company, lost the savings, and, on the worst days, lost the will to keep swinging. Then, on an ordinary Tuesday, my 83-year-old neighbor, Mrs. Kim, handed me a peach, said 5 words, and yanked me out of the nosedive. 4 years building a tiny design studio. First big client, second big client. Suddenly I believed the hype. Then 2020 showed up, canceled every project overnight, and ghosted every invoice. I gathered the team on Zoom, told them we were done, and watched the screen go black. Sat in my kitchen listening to the fridge hum like it was laughing at me. Tried to be productive, updated the resume, cold emailed strangers, filled out unemployment forms. Each click screamed, that studio was the only thing proving you mattered. Friends sent heart emojis and gifs of baby ducks. I fired back thumbs up, then scrolled until 3 a.m., wondering if insomnia counts as a marketable skill. The shame tasted metallic. Should have cut spending sooner, fought harder for that loan. Questions looped like sirens. I kept waiting for the sky to crack open with a second chance. It didn't. Days oozed into weeks. I set 5 alarms, turned off all 5, then hated myself for wasting daylight. My diet shrank to instant noodles and coffee. Told people I was on a creative sabbatical, which sounded better than, I'm scared to leave my apartment. My mind became a courtroom. Prosecution, screaming failure. Defense, too tired to speak. One night I ran out of milk. The cashier asked, "Rough day?" I nodded, couldn't trust my voice. Outside, my neighbor Mrs. Kim was watering a single tomato plant next to the trash cans. She smiled like she already knew a better version of me was hiding somewhere. I mumbled hello and scurried inside, cheeks hot, convinced I had nothing left to give anyone. The next afternoon, the doorbell rang. Mrs. Kim stood there, 2 peaches in one hand, gardening gloves in the other. Her ladder wobbled by the power line. She asked if I could help cut a branch. I almost said no. What if I fell? What if I made things worse? But manners kicked in. Up on the ladder, saw in hand, I felt useful for the first time in months. When we finished, she handed me a peach. Juice ran down my wrist. She sat on the bench, patted the spot beside her, and said softly, "You wear sadness like a winter coat in July." I laughed, an involuntary creaky sound. And then I spilled everything. The layoffs, the debt, the certainty that my best days were behind me at 33. She listened, nodding until I ran out of breath. Then she told me about fleeing Seoul during the war, losing her parents, landing in America with 1 suitcase and 0 English. Built a dry cleaning shop, watched it burn in the riots, rebuilt it twice. Each time, she said, the only way out was to accept the ashes first. Not approve, accept, then move. I went home and wrote her words on a sticky note. Accept the ashes first. I stared until the letters blurred. And then I realized, acceptance isn't resignation. It's the emergency exit that lets you leave the burning building of regret. I had always thought accepting failure meant admitting I was worthless, but Mrs. Kim flipped it upside down. Admit the failure so you can finally stop fighting yesterday and start building tomorrow. I tested it. Panic whispered, "You'll never work again." I answered, "Maybe not today, and that's okay." Shame hissed, "Everyone's ahead of you." I replied, "They're on their path, I'm on mine." Each time I did it, the storm inside lost a little thunder. Small shifts started stacking up. I woke up earlier, showered, dressed like someone who had somewhere to be. Took tiny freelance gigs, logo tweaks, website fixes, and felt grateful for every invoice I could send. Then one client passed my name to another. And one morning, I woke up to an email asking if I could mentor 2 junior designers. I laughed out loud. The woman who thought she was finished now guiding beginners. Walking past Mrs. Kim's tomato plant, I noticed the fruit had doubled, vines stretching higher toward the sun. Sometimes I watered it when she forgot. We shared more peaches, more stories. She never asked if I was all better. She just handed me another peach and kept talking about the humidity. Acceptance works best when it's concrete. So here's what I practice daily. Take what helps, leave the rest. Step 1. Name the reality without drama. Write it on paper. Example: I lost my business. My bank balance is $312. I feel afraid. No adjectives like terrible, hopeless, unfair, just facts. The monster shrinks when you stare at it in black and white. Step 2. Split self-worth from outcome. Say out loud, my value does not equal my productivity. Repeat it until it feels less like a lie and more like the truth. Step 3. Take one tiny action today. Not the full comeback, just the next right thing. Apply to 3 jobs. Text an old colleague. Drink water. Walk 20 minutes. Motion beats motivation every time. But there are traps to watch out for. Trap 1. Using acceptance as another stick to beat yourself. I should be over this by now. The fix? Notice the judgment, roll your eyes at your sneaky brain, and restart step 1. Trap 2. Thinking acceptance means parking on the couch forever. The fix? Remember Mrs. Kim rebuilt. More than once. Accepting the ashes just clears the lot so something new can rise. I still carry debt. I still wake up scared sometimes. But the burning shame is gone, replaced by a quieter resolve. Acceptance gave me permission to begin again, without waiting for a cosmic green light or my inner critic's approval. The hole in my chest is now a window. I can see storms coming, but I can also see sunrise. And your story isn't over either. The comeback begins the moment you admit the ashes are real, and then decide the fire doesn't get the final word. So tell me below, what will you accept today so tomorrow can begin? I read every comment, and trust me, someone else needs to see your courage. If this helped, hit share and send it to the person who feels stuck. Maybe they also need a peach and a 5-word lifeline. We rebuild together.